Technology. Put a man on the moon. Can't get this. I almost swore. 17 seconds in. That's what you get from this channel here, folks. 17 seconds and you almost get a swear. Okay. Believe it or not, I had this thing set up on the phone stand just minutes ago. I'm starting this a little bit before, so all of you can show up or watch later. Just waiting for people to go, there's one, and there's one. Just gonna wait for people to start showing up here. Couple minutes before nobody was in here, but I almost dropped an F-bomb 17 seconds in. That is pretty consistent. Hello, there's two of you in here now. Would there be? There's three of you. The show about nothing. Yes, that's your show, Richard. My show is about nothing, but it also, it's I guess being about nothing. Is it wasn't Seinfeld about nothing? Wasn't that show? Whatever. Whatevs. Dude, I'm telling you. Squade. I will tell you guys this. The front-facing camera on these apps is not created equal. YouTube does me justice. WhatsApp makes me look like I'm a... You know what we're talking about. I'm going to sit on my thumb for another 3 minutes and 50 seconds here. Just to see who pops in. Just to say he pops in. But this is obviously going to be one of them things that people are going to watch more on the back end. So that's kind of what I was going for. Plus, yes. Very good segue, Grom. Because tomorrow's Friday. Grom does his live on Friday. And I feel like, I don't know. I like the fluffer intro thing that we did one time. But, yeah, I do, Richard. Good one. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, I think if Rick doesn't do the fluffer with all of the bells and whistles on his StreamYard, then I do not think that this thing that I do here, that's not good enough to fluff the Grom, as it were. Oh, what's up, dude? What's up, Jar? Jar31, everybody. I don't know if he's popped in. Jar31 is another Michigan van lifer. He's pretty cool. He does booze reviews. So like me and him are on different ends of the spectrum with that one. However, he's epic. He is epic. How's that diesel heater? Did you get it in yet? He's got a van similar to mine. The difference between Jar and me is Jar will fix his own van, whereas I will just basically wish that one into a better state of existence. But I'm wishing hard. I'm wishing super hard. But yeah, he had some things going on, but he's one of those legit van lifers. He's got the off-grid setup down pat, you know what I'm saying? Not to mention, he goes pretty hard on TikTok, which I think that was one of the best. If I can jump in, I can't. Yeah, I am. I jump in if I can. Yeah, word. But, what the fuck was I saying? Whatever. Anyways, I feel like I have to share this with the world. Now, Grom knows. I think everybody else knows. But, yeah, cool. I'm actually thinking about buying a diesel heater. One of my vans is a diesel. the other one isn't. And I just feel like having the diesel van with the diesel heater just makes sense. And I also believe that I could probably even figure out a way to no, I could probably figure out a way to tap it into the gas tank, you know. But yeah, I don't know, Jar. Do you is this like a way? Are you gonna live like this for a while? Like, do you like the? I know that the van life wasn't a necessity for you. Like, I know why you started doing it, and I also know that you were kind of doing like a car camping travel thing in like an SUV. But like the van life nomad thing, is this? Are you gonna stick with it for a while? Because it kind of works with your life. Jar has a real job. Yeah, cool. Yeah, Jar has a real job, so like he's got to like go to work. I think one time Jar cooked a steak on his van life stove at his lunch break. That shit was solid, dude. It was, yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, Wanda's about that life. Yeah, I was just curious, Jar, because he's got a van like mine, but he's also like, my van life is a little bit bougie. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, I can park here, both vans are here, plug in, so like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, dude, the steak for lunch at work was fucking funny, bro. It was so funny. I was like, oh, that was a good vlog. I like that one. Anyways, yeah, my van life is a little different. So like, but yeah, and I'm curious. Plus, Jar lives on the other side of Michigan where all the other freaking people are. Over here, even when I go to like Holland or Grand Rapids, I'm just like, there's so many fucking people. Yeah, dude, I'm down with the meat. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But man, so going to where he is, there is just an exponentially more amount of people. For like every one person here, there's 6 people for there, and it's just different. Same state. Yeah, dude. Yeah, and I keep missing it because there's been some really good swells on Huron, and I've been kind of lazy. I went to Cleveland once, but that was just like a strike mission for one day. But man, the van life over there is just like a real like a city dwelling van life. Over here you can hide away and you can get a couple spots, and luckily our state is pretty nature-ish, if that's even a word. Hey, there's 8 people in here now. Everybody hit my fucking like button, please. 8 minutes and 30 seconds until I drop the first F bomb. That's pretty good. That is pretty good for me. But like this thing. Now, before I get sidetracked again, I feel like I got a ton of new subscribers. 44 in the past like 36 days, which for me, again, that's pretty good. Can't ask for any more, really. But I think it is almost 100%, 90% because of my shorts. I told Grom this recently, and like, it's not like my channel is growing exactly how it should grow. But when I see huge bumps like that, like it's something weird. Now, my dad lives in Denver still, and he asks like probably maybe one person a day, half a person a day on average, if you're going to extrapolate that into a number. And so I think he said he asked in a month, he asked probably 15 people. So let's say 10 of them subscribed. That still leaves 31 people almost entirely from shorts alone. So like people were telling me to do TikTok, and I just don't think the waves and everything, like I would need to put my face out there more for my shit to be good on TikTok. But like I said, Jar stuff, I think TikTok is one of the reasons why he was so why he grew so quick from like a couple hundred to over 500. Not that he definitely deserves it because he's like Grom, where he's got that extra little bit of editing prowess where like you'll be watching his videos and just some random ass cuts. Scramble Joe's the same way. Scramble Joe, Grom, and Jar, they got that their video editors before they were doing vlogs and shit. So, and you could tell it. It's like when I was playing hockey, it's like you could tell a guy who's an old fat guy, but if he played back in the day, you could know. Just like when Grom and these dudes do it, like they actually put a little bit of effort into their videos and they pop out with these freaking cuts and these, just like today, it was one of Grom's last few vlogs. He did this little thing where the pictures were all spinning. I think it was a CBD drinks or whatever. But like, it's like, I see it and I appreciate it, but like even I wouldn't even really know where to like get in there. And again, like the stuff that I do, it would add to it, of course, and but it wouldn't work for really what I'm doing. But man, it's so cool to see. I think one of the first videos I ever saw from Jar, he just filming some beer cans, or like he was trying a bunch of different beers or some shit, and just like how he would like zoom in and out and just there's just the little cuts. Yeah. Yeah, just messing around. Exactly right. So if I was to do anything like that, it would take me like 6 weeks. And it's another reason, and I was talking about this the other day, so I won't go too far into it, but like the video that is going to come out on the 13th was filmed on October 20th. Like that's literally like a month, And this is, I don't know, maybe there's probably like 30 sub clips that I take from the SD card and put on the laptop, and that equals like I don't know, maybe like 90 sub clips cut up in my Lightworks like editing thing. So like it's not that much really. Like I procrastinate for anything. If there's a bump on the lake and I think I could surf it, that becomes priority numero uno. But yeah, so anyways, if anybody's here making videos and they really they want to try something else, go look at any one of my last like 50 shorts and look at how I write the shit in there, what I write, and figure out how you could do it the same, sort of, and put shorts out, like a lot of shorts. And yeah, dude. Oh yeah, I forgot I tagged myself here. See, that's another thing. I'm just trying this different stuff because just between me and little baby Jesus, if he's real, and the 5 people in here, at least that's what it's telling me that are in here, I'm not necessarily only doing this because I love it. Like I would like to parlay this into some sort of like a monetary gain so I can do what I want more, and you know what I'm saying? And like I have a good job. I don't think, even if I hit the lottery, I'd probably just show up here and cut grass just because these people are like they're great people. However, I would like YouTube to kick me some of that money. They're using that weird invisible money that none of us really know where it comes from or where it goes. And, I want a piece of that pie. So where I love what I'm doing and I love surfing, and I also like just the editing process. Plus, I would have never met the people. I bet everyone in here is one of the people who I've met via YouTube. And I'm sure most people who watch this after the fact are too, but like I'd like this to be more of a job than just a hobby. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm trying to get this to see as many people as they can. And there's like a crowd mentality thing too, where like when I had 12 subscribers, nobody wanted to subscribe really, like unless I, basically begged them. And I'm still begging people essentially. But now like I get, like I said, it's like a subscriber a day basically at this point, which is pretty cool. There's a few days where I get none, and there's a few days where I get 7. And I think it's also song choice. Man, I've been touching all reaches of the universe with my songs. Some of these songs I don't like myself. I've stayed away from death metal and country because I wouldn't even know what to type in other than death metal and country. So I'm good on that. But yeah, and like honestly, I'll go even deeper into the beginning surf vlog life I had. I deleted everybody off of my Instagram, my Facebook for a couple reasons, but mostly because nobody gave a shit like that I was doing it. And like that's family and everything. I have a cousin Dessa and she would like watch my shit very early, but it took like 3 years, 2 years for my dad even to watch. So like I deleted everybody, but now everybody that's on my like Facebook thing, and I don't post it any like there's really nothing lake surf specific where I post to, but Facebook, even Instagram hasn't helped me too much with subscribers, but definitely just the networking aspect of everything. And yeah, yeah, it's different. And I feel like there's just different, everything's different, like, and especially with this, I have this like weird, I could talk to the, obviously, like maybe I talk too much. Um, but it's not that, like, guys out here making these surf films, you know, and like it's just weird, dude. Like everyone's talking about like it's just weird. Like be yourself. Don't be weird. Just be yourself. So like that's where I'm going. And at first, I don't think it was helping me, honestly. Because in the beginning there were people that were like, don't talk so much. Like just get to the surfing. And I feel like I would drag on the intros a little long, or the drives. I would put an extra couple of too many clips in the drive. But then people would tell me that I'm not explaining enough. So I'm like, well, that's fucking weird because that's the exact opposite from what most people were telling me. And then it was like the GoPro, the camera isn't good enough. But honestly, what changed is like once I started surfing better and getting into better parts of the wave that were actually enjoyable to watch or whatever. But man, I tell you what, um, it's tough. It's a tough thing. But I love myself so much that I actually like when people kind of shit on me a little bit because it helps me look at something uh in a different light, and then I can look at it a little more objectively and be like, all right, like that asshole kind of has a point, or that asshole's an asshole and he can kiss my ass, you know what I'm saying? But man, I tell you what, I wish if anybody is like a new subscriber, whether my dad asked you or however you found my shit, and you're watching my videos, because like I have so many views on 4 videos over the past month, and it's just a numbers game. Some of you people got to be new, and some of you people, hey, what's up, Jared's Journey? Are you guys going to New Jersey yet? Sorry, I'm a poor fuck and couldn't join ya, but one of these times. What the hell was I talking about? Shit, man. Shit. Yeah, dude. Yeah, and I feel like like if I was trying to be super cinematic, that's one thing. Next week, right on. um yeah, then I could see like where I'm getting a little more I would get a little more criticism, but um yeah, or I could just be kind of an idiot, Grom, you know? But dude, like, I tell you what, I actually did meet a couple cool guys recently. Yeah, yeah. So that's good. That's good. But man, 20 minutes in, that's not bad. And the viewers have been bouncing around. I like that. People in, people out. And I have to say, like, I know that the videos are getting better and the surfing is getting better, but I also feel like just the YouTube is sort of helping me now. And it's like, again, I basically beg, I put stuff out every day, whether it be one of these lives or like the amount of shorts that I can cut from a random vlog. I probably can get, I don't know, on any given session, I probably catch like 20 waves or so, 10 waves an hour, maybe. I don't know, something like that. So I have a ton of shorts, but like it's just such a cool thing to actually see it like doing what it's supposed to. It's just like surfing. Surfing's mostly like physics. So like if you do something, probably it's gonna do something else, if you plan it out right. And this algorithm YouTube bullshit, if it's actually a numbers game and it's not some like little hamster running on a wheel that makes a thing click another thing, as long as the hamster is fed correctly, if we do stuff, like it should do stuff, you know what I'm saying? And like I feel like it's doing stuff, and it's pretty cool, because I've worked my royal Rastafarian nays off, and not really like, it's more just like frustration and mild embarrassment and like how do you say in English? It feels like I'm sort of like wasting my time. Hey, what's up? Tilly Summerson. That's a hell of a name, bro. Tilly Summerson. That's what we're about, man. Tilly Summerson. That's what's up, too. Yeah, man. But yeah, dude, it's a cool journey. It's a cool thing, and I think I'm so glad I found surfing in the lake, because if I was in the ocean anywhere, I would just be some random ass guy with a GoPro in his face trying to do what a bunch of other guys in that area are trying to do. But no. No, and Kev, dude, like just that video when you guys were walking around the forest in Cleveland, like, the cameras are better. You guys use those nice fade in and fade out to shots. And, the fact that you two always make your videos together and you have that like dual, dude chick back and forth, the fact that both of you talk, that's the thing that I like probably most. If someone was to ask me about your channel specifically, it's that you and Mandy both talk. I was actually talking about Mandy the other day, when that day that you guys were at Uncle Billy Bay, dude. She was right in the thick of it. She wasn't shying away from those inside bombs at all. So it's pretty awesome. But yeah, the fact that you guys both talk, because a lot of times when it's like a couple, it seems like one, even if they both talk, it seems like one is sort of there against their will, like, and like being made to talk or whatever, or they don't at all. They don't at all. There's this family from they're from Michigan, but they're traveling around the country, called the Live Out Loud family, and like both of them talk a lot too. You know, she's a trooper. Yeah, dude. Yeah, and it's like it's another thing. It's the Midwest, us Midwest folk, we just do shit a little bit differently. Like oh, the Buddha. The Buddha. Yeah, us Midwest people, we just do shit a little bit differently. And then Kevin and Mandy, they got a real van, like Tori's van. It's a nice van, and like they just do it the right way. Kevin, I know you have a couple different things you do, but like, is your side gig? Is your thing? Is it like a woodworking? Or do you do something other than that? I don't remember. Anyways, he's one of these kind of dudes that like has a job, works his fingers to the bone. They have, I believe they said they have 5 kids, 3 kids, 5 kids. Anyways, and then he does some other shit on top of that, you know. So Chill over here has to fight his way through like 26 hours a week just because, not because of anything with my work here. I love this place, but my brain, the brain in the head, that's the issue. So Kevin does all this regular work, and then he has like a side thing. So he's like, the inside of their vein is all sick, you know, it's like built all fucking cool and shit, you know. So it's cool that people like that, like the Jarretts, they get down with the chill. It's just another reason. And I tell this to Engine Guy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. He's all right. So essentially, he can do everything, is what he's telling us. Just trying to be humble there. But man, it's just crazy because, and I'll say this about like Grom and Steve and who else? I mean, just like any of the people who aren't complete asswipe. And I actually, nobody comes around me that's not cool. They tend to stay away. You know, when Bear was alive, people would come up to pet him. The van life, obviously, I'm living van life. I look pretty messed up, but I'm not. And then the surfboards, so like, you know, but dude, it's just crazy the people that I've met. It just shows that I'm doing the right thing, you know. I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty cool. If you get, it's like an onion or something, you know. It's like an onion flavored M&M. And Martin Sturgeon. Yeah, dude. Martin Sturgeon can come in my lives and say whatever he wants, but the second Martin Sturgeon goes in Rick's lives, Beatrice is gonna swat that man. Martin Sturgeon. That is a I need to make you a moderator. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. Bobby. But yeah, the Jarretts, anybody who's in this chat room right now that's hearing my voice, go to the bottom of my screen. That's where all of the channels that I watch are. I'm pretty sure the Jarretts is down there, Corn Life, Jar 31. But I feel like in the group of probably, there's probably 10 YouTubers that I have, like, you know, contact with on a fairly to like regular basis. One of us is going to get there soon. And I don't know if Steve was talking to us the other day. Bonnie, that's her name. But a lot of us think it's going to be Steve. The Cockney Buddha. And he just passed the 90 subscriber threshold. And I think he was at 82 in the beginning of the week. So, yeah, that's like 10 in a week. And for somebody that's under 100, that's significant. But I think once people start seeing those lives, man, I don't know, Steve. I wish I knew what Steve this was. There's a lot of Steves that it could be. I know it's not the Buddha. But, yeah. I think, Steve, have you been commenting on some of my videos too? And I don't know. Honestly, Bobby. Yeah, dude. I don't know if I like One Piece, but, dude, Bobby, she swatted Martin Sturgeon the other night. So yeah, Steve, I don't know when I'm gonna surf the ocean, but I'm getting my passport very soon, and it could, honestly, I could end up surfing my first ocean wave somewhere very unusual. not California or Florida or New Jersey. Maybe it could be fucking Tynemouth or whatever, you know? I don't know. Maybe Aylesbury. Does Aylesbury have a wave? Can you surf the Strid? These are things I don't know. What I really want to know is when I leave, like, dude, Uncle Billy, he is from Whittier. I don't know how close they are, but so we got, what's up, everybody? Hello, everybody. Steve, Arthur, Taylor? Sorry if I messed that up. How are you guys? I don't remember you being here. Welcome. If you're not subscribed, do that and like the thing. There's Uncle Billy. So Uncle Billy, where's this dude? Steve is from San Diego. Where do you surf, Steve? And Arthur, you're in Florida. See, this is what I'm talking about, dude. Like, so shit, 2 hours in California, that could be like 4 days if you hit traffic wrong. But this is what I'm talking about. Like, I'm trying to obviously like get good at surfing just because yeah, Compton, that's what's up. What's up, Demisio? Just because like when I do get to the ocean at somewhere, I want to be able to surf like a decent wave. Like obviously it changes significantly. Like you get into waves of consequence very quickly. But like even a mild barreling wave, I'm guessing this, I'm just putting it out there. I don't know for sure. Maybe I'll get ruined and I'll have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. But I'm like something, not a massive barreling wave or whatever, but I think I can get into, I'm from Michigan. I think I could get into some decent, but yes, and like I don't know. There was one day, I don't know how familiar everybody here is with the state of Michigan, but the Upper Peninsula, I went to school and basically lived in Marquette, Michigan for years, and I've surfed there once. And that lake is so big. And I went up in September a few years ago, and I went up for a perfect time. It was like offshore winds and a huge like 9-foot swell that was blowing in from Canada. And that is the only time I've ever felt the water like really pulling you back and forth when the swells were coming. And it seemed like there was another day kind of close to here where it was 5 feet at 10 seconds, and that's insane for a lake. And those are the 2 days where it was I felt a different power in the water. But that's the only thing. Obviously there's going to be waves of consequence that are breaking on really shallow reef, or they're massively tall, or they're just coming out of deep water in the weird spots that I'd have to surf before. But I'm sure that there's places in California that you guys know of that if I got out there, it would be sweet. And I'm guessing Florida has to have some spots. And I don't know why, but 2 days in a row, Galveston, Texas came up. And like, I don't know why, but right now I'm in Muskegon. I'm in Muskegon. But again, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, fucking whatever, dude. But yeah, we got to get to the ocean at some point. But in all honesty, I really do think it's going to be somewhere out in the world. Like, not in America. I don't know why. I don't know why at all, but it could be. I could honestly end up in New Jersey next week with the Jarretts. If I hit a scratch-off ticket, anything is possible with me. That's what you get with this channel, people. You get lives on your phone when you don't know that they're coming until like an hour and a half before. And if I hit a lottery ticket, let's say that my channel gets 5,000 subscribers overnight. I'm going to spend an entire day just like trying to get those 5,000 people to the 10 YouTube people that I do. If I hit $1 million, I'm buying a house in Jolly London and somewhere in the upper middle-ish of Michigan, and it'll be amazing. It'll be amazing. Yeah, dude. I've never played the lottery, but I've been telling myself my whole life I'm going to hit the lottery. So like, no, no, you didn't mess me up. You might retire in Michigan. I don't think I'll ever retire, dude. And it's a really awesome place. And like I said earlier, even where Jar is, you can find little hidden gems. You could drive a couple hours north or south and find, shit away for name a car for an edit. Bird Queef. Let me know how it goes. Bird Queef. Yeah. But I'm definitely gonna it's good that the job that I'm good at is oh, what's up? What's up? Hey, Zoe, did you get to Sheboygan last week? It was firing. No problem, crazy edits. I hope you get 1 million views off that Bird Queef car name I just gave you. Yeah, dude. Speaking of Hawaiian surfers, maybe the first time I surf in the ocean will be next year. I guess if the best time of year is now. I'd say like September through November. Missed the best waves early in the day. Damn. Yeah. Yeah, so basically September, it's cold now, but if you have a good 5 or 6.54 or better, you'll be fine, But it's just different, and like guys that surf in the ocean, they come out here and they just don't surf a lot because the waves are what they are, And every day I'll learn something new, even if the waves suck. And every day, like every time I go out, I'll get a little bit better. But I see guys that I think a 5.4 will work if it's a good 5.4. I have a 6.54 from this company called Annex, and it is made I think it's made in the Netherlands or something, and it's obvious for a climate that doesn't get as cold as it is here, because it's not a 6.54 like my O'Neill 6.54. However, I know guys that surf in a 5.4 until the lake freezes, so it's really I think the Vizsla 7 Seas is really good. Yeah, I'm a small guy too. I weigh like 150 pounds. I'm like 5'9". I don't have fat on me really, and I think probably if once I get the ideal setup, it's just gonna be 7 mil for the winter, 7 mil boots, 7. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, yeah. And anybody who's surfing out in the cold, everybody pushes these Excel gloves. Yeah, I've heard those Psychos are good. But everybody pushes the Excel gloves with the dry lock, and those Excel gloves are ass. The Excel boots are good. The Excel wetsuits are good. But the Excel gloves with the dry lock are shit. The Vizsla gloves are so much better. They last like 2 seasons, where the Excel gloves, whether they're 7 mil mittens or 5 mil finger gloves, they're shit. They're absolute shit. They keep you warm, but they fall apart. It's a joke. Yeah, they're warm, but they're a joke. I fucking already ruined one pair, and I bought them like 3 weeks ago. It's so frustrating. And I normally Yeah, that Hurley suit, that's a 3 mil, but it's a little bit baggy on me. And I only wear it for the sun and to keep surf wax out of my chest. Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that you could return stuff. I'm not really the return guy. Honestly, what I was gonna do is go to Third Coast and just be like, and just tell them to like stop pushing the Excel gloves so hard. At least because like when I went there the last time, they were like they pushed that shit hard, and I was like, cool, like maybe they're a little bit better. I live in a van, so I don't really play video games, but I do like me some GTA, bro. Gets that anger out of you. But yeah, and you have to imagine, Zoe, I surf like I don't know, on average like 3 times a week. Like anytime that there's a swell, I catch a part of it usually. So these things are always wet. They're always going inside, outside, and stuff. So I don't think that I'm not the easiest on equipment either. But I don't know. I think that the Vizsla gloves are better personally. But I definitely um dude, that's crazy. How far do you live from the water to surf 3 times a week? Don't you live far from the water? Don't you live somewhere weird? Yeah, I thought about paddle gloves. 2 hours from Duluth. We're not talking about Israel and Palestine. That's crazy. I'm too stupid to know anything. Plus, again, I live in a van. I don't have cable. I watch more porn than I do news, dude. Like, come on. Plus, you don't care about that either. They've been fighting for thousands of years. Like, they're not our deal. I hope they stop though. Let's just all I think we can all agree on that. I hope they stop. But yeah, definitely. I want to go back to that, dude. Oh yeah. Anybody everybody look at a map and then pick anywhere 2 hours from Duluth, Minnesota. And then man, and then that's where that dude drives from 3 times a week. That's legit. To surf in a cold ass lake. However, Duluth, Duluth and Sheboygan, I feel like, and I've never surfed either. Yeah. Yeah, I hope they stop, dude. Yeah, it's probably a hard thing for you to watch, you know. Well, Rick supports the Kansas City Chiefs, so, you know, we can all support what we do. But dude, 2 hours from Duluth and you surf 3 times a week. I'm 9 minutes from the water. Like that's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Can I have muffins? Yeah, bro. Muffins. Muffins. Yeah. Well, and then so I don't watch Ben Gravy a lot, but Daihatsu Dave put out a little thing. Hey, see you, Kev. Thanks for stopping by, dude, and you're always welcome. Um Daihatsu Dave put this thing about Ben Gravy surfing in Norway, and he just like made this quick comment about like the cold in Norway is just a little different. And I feel like it is it's similar to here. It's just the water temperature in some places, like you'll see guys surfing in 5'4" hooded suits with no boots or gloves. I don't understand that. But in those places, either the water or the air is significantly warmer than the other. But here, when it's 40, the water's 40. And so there's no reprieve. So like there's a threshold and it's not there yet. Like it's not cold yet. Again, I'm a small dude, so it gets me a little quicker. But when it turns, like when there's snow on the ground, and yeah, yeah, he finished the 7 seas. He did it, all 7 seas. But yeah, it's crazy. But again, Steve, it's hard to surf out here because of the cold, but that's really the only thing um that we have to worry about. There's really never any crowds. There's other than garbage in some places, and then just water quality itself at some spots and some areas of the lake. We don't have a lot to worry about. Um, Zoe has to worry about over in Duluth and in Sheboygan and in some other spots. It's not a sand bottom, it's limestone. I think there's some spots in the UP that might even be like basalt rock. So you obviously have to be careful there, but but you guys have Sheboygan is all sand. I remember somebody telling me last year, maybe the year before, somebody broke their back in Wisconsin somewhere. But it's cool that Sheboygan is all sand. Right. Gotcha. So that's a little different danger, Lake Superior's might as well be an inland sea. If you start looking at the weather patterns on that, like I look at all the Great Lakes when I do my NOAA and Windfinder thing anyway, but um that's crazy. Like places on Superior will have random days where it's like 3 feet at 9 seconds with no wind. Just random ass days where like 3 feet at 9 seconds down here is like almost never, you never see it, especially with no sand. So we don't have tides, but there's when the wind blows a lot in a majority of a north or a south direction, and I'm sure on Superior it'd be more of like an east or a west direction. But there's a thing called a seiche where it'll basically blow a lot, like it'll be a sustained wind for long enough where the water will get pushed down to the other end or up to the other end. Where like so where I'm in the middle, um basically between like St. Joe and Whitehall, it's a bay within a bay. So we'll see that a lot because all of the water will get pushed out of our area. But yeah, we don't have tides. I think Superior might have something similar, but again, it's just not the same, The water doesn't rise and fall at a really really big rate, but like a lot of times if you get a big wind for a couple days, it'll change how high the water is from time to time. But yeah, Lake Superior is nuts, dude. Lake Superior is really, really crazy. It's really crazy. Yeah. Yeah, my dad actually, he was born in um St. Ignace, but basically lived his whole life in Marquette. So he never knew that people surfed, but like I would spent every summer there my whole life. I lived in Denver, but I basically spent every summer in Marquette. So like we just learned that you had to like respect what it was. And like I remember so many times playing in waves that were kind of scary or whatever, but yeah, like you just always respected Lake Superior. It was just like you never fucked around. You were never jumping off weird places and whatever, but yeah. Yeah, it honestly there's a lot of different surfboards out here. It's not all foamies. There is a big epidemic with longboards or boards like 6'5" or under. It's so unusual where people aren't really riding mid lengths. There were just 2 surf competitions in the past 2 years out here. And again, I've only been surfing for 4 years now. But both of these surf competitions were specific longboard and shortboard. And I'm assuming that's how all surf competitions are. I've never even looked up the format of surf competitions. However, we don't ride ocean waves. Really, the only similarity between our waves and the wave in the ocean is the gear we're using. That's it. And I feel like mid lengths are the thing. Like the 7.0 that I have, the bat tail quad, some days it's not the board for the waves. And like I couldn't in my head imagine anything more performance than that. Like it's not very wide, it doesn't have a lot of volume, and granted there's countless guys who are better surfers than me that surf short boards, but some of them are like, Mini Simmons or like I don't know, 6 foot Fun Shape, something a little bit different where obviously again you still need that skill level, but it's not like days in the ocean where it's like knee high or waist high and you could rip like a 5 foot board, like you could really surf a 5 foot board and get like 4 or 5 turns in. That's why Uncle Billy Bay is like the best spot because you actually have like rideable, rippable waves, but at the same time, like, I don't know. But this surfing out here has taught me you could really pretty much, if you put your mind to it and you want to ride like a 5 foot board, it's going to take you forever to get all of the basics down. Like in 4 years from me riding all these different size boards, it's like, and plus going out all the time, like fast track me. But there's some guys that just want to ride shortboard. That's all they want to do. And I've seen guys do it. Like they learned how to make a couple turns, but you put them on a 9 foot board in anything and they're a monkey fucking football. They don't know what the hell to do. God forbid they get to their feet and they get some open wave and they're on this massive like Oldsmobile of a surfboard when, for months and months and months, they were surfing a tiny little stick of butter and they get on this other thing and they don't know what to do. So I feel like having one board is not smart, but having having the wrong combination of a quiver is almost worse than just having one board. I haven't tried a foil. There's only a few guys out here. I'd say probably 10 guys that I've seen in all of my surfing days that can wing foil or actually like ride a foil where they're catching waves and ripping and then pump back out into the lineup. Only a couple. And I see how fucking hard it is, dude. I don't got time for that. I got time to go to the gym, fucking surf, dry my wetsuits off, and make a hot pocket. That's it, bro. Because that, again, like that's something for like the ocean. I feel like if I ever got join a cult, bro, we're already in a cult. How did you get here? Didn't you go to cultfinder.org? Take your pants off, dude. Everybody else is sitting here without any pants on. Coming in here asking if we want to join the cult. Oh my God. We're all just going to wait here. We're waiting for you to respond now. Are your pants off yet? Or do you have a name for this? Is it your cult? Oh my goodness gracious. You clearly don't know who you're talking to. All right? Thank you. I can't even remember. His name is probably Zane. And he just, back in my day, my nickname was Camdy Man. That was pre-Cam Hill Toe, pre-Chill Adventures. 40-year-old male. Dude, we got a 30-year-old Grom and a 40-year-old male. That's cool. Dude. This is what I said this before, dude. I asked Grom this. Grom will do an hour. Buddha will do an hour. Yeah. Hold on. All right. I feel bad doing that, but like people like that, they don't even, there's no back and forth. I'll allow people to stay in here if they're actively talking shit and like give me back and forth, but if they're not going to be funny about it, report me. Jesus Christ. Plus, I could use at least, I don't think I have any strikes, you know? My hands are too clean. Dude, the cult. I mean, like, God, I'm almost 40, you know? A cult. Fucking cult. Jesus Christ. What, like, I don't know. That's I don't know. I bet I would bet money that I would become a Jehovah's Witness before I would join an actual cult. Maybe I'm already in a cult. Very good point, Steve. Very good point. Maybe Grom is a cult leader. Dude. Sorry I got sidetracked, dude. I was talking to Steve about something. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I knew Billy brought up Midget Smith if Steve was talking about him. Yeah, dude, sorry I got sidetracked. That fucking guy. Left turn. Again, I'll leave anybody. If somebody hops in here and they just like actively want to talk shit, I'm all for it. But like, boy, oh boy. When I got to deal with people who are touched, I don't need that. Pushing an hour. Let's go. Dude, we've had some new people in here and we've had some oh, yeah, Steve, see the thing is sometimes I like it too much and I'll engage in it too much but I I blocked him, you know. But yeah, man. This is pretty cool. Again, this is kind of like how I want these to be. Maybe a day before Grom. Maybe a day after Grom. You know. Xanax. Oh shit, dude. That was pretty funny. But yeah, I think a day before Grom or a day after Grom. If I do any of these lives. But I might have nailed down a Dan Cobb interview because he got these 2 books. They're lake surfing books. I don't know where he got them. I didn't even ask him. But he showed me a couple pictures of them and I was like I was kind of reading, you know, zooming in on the picture and reading about or reading what was on the page. And I feel like it would almost teach me some shit because Dan could come in with the facts, the lake surfing facts. And he could just say, well, it says da da da. And I could be like, oh, like that makes sense because I go ba da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? So like hopefully the Dan Cobb interview will be alive that I can do. Because I'm not obviously like, you know, van life guy. I don't have a lot of how do you say in English? I don't have a lot of sometimes it's hard for me to do stuff on a regular basis, if you will. So like me making a bring back, I don't want to. I could unblock him, but no, I'm not bringing back Xanax. If he really wants to be here, he will make a new Google account and come back in. He'll have to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah. So, anyways, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? Everybody go subscribe to each other's channel, for fuck's sake. Grom is going to do the day after Grom. Yeah, that guy said he was a 40-year-old male. And you're a 30-year-old Grom. But yeah, dude, mark my words. Oh, so I got this 8.0, that country board. That's the board that I pretty much go every time. And like today I wanted to ride the 7. Oh, god damn it. Another fucking Israel guy. Son of a bitch. I ride the 8.0 pretty much religiously. It's getting pretty beat up. And I don't ride the 7 as much. And the 7 is helping me the most with, you know, just wave selection and really just like staying in the pocket. I also had this epiphany that I'm starting to feel kind of lazy, and it's way easier for me to paddle out on that 810. So I think I'm going to have the 810, the 8.0, and the 7.0 all in the van at all times, just in case I feel whatever. And the 8.0, the 810 it's an Eaton. It's a single fin, yeah. But that country board is, I think it's a gun made for like big waves, and it's really wide again. And I'm a smaller guy, and here in South Haven, it's like an hour south of here. They dredge, put all the sand. That's where most of these videos that I'm surfing rights is at. But they're so steep, and that board is pretty flat, so it's really helped me like figure out ways to get it into the wave, and it's yeah, it's pretty cool. But I wish if I surfed in Sheboygan more, I bet I would ride that 810 almost all the time, because it's really, you could really whip it around pretty good on some good waves. But yeah, I don't know. If I was a little bit less lazy, I could just surf. I would just surf that 7. I just leave the 7 in the car. That's the only board. Hey, there's some people going into the creek. Cool. Oh, boy. First, these people are getting in here asking me about Israel, and then these guys taking his kids for a walk in the creek, man. Yeah. Well, I think we're going to call it here. A little over an hour. And yeah, well, the east side of Superior, or the east side of Lake Michigan. Oh, I can't go. Because Wisconsin gets way better waves than us. And I think it's just mainly because they get waves on the west. Yeah. Wisconsin gets they get way better waves than us. I think the jet stream goes from west to east. And yeah, so we get a lot of onshore wind. And Wisconsin, their coastline kind of sticks out a little bit into the lake where ours goes in. Not only does ours go in, but I told you earlier that I'm in a bay within a bay. So Wisconsin will get waves on the west. We won't get any waves on the east, but they'll get offshore wind with the north and the south in it. Yeah. Oh, dude, no. See, like, the main difference is we get a lot of size, and we get a lot of size. Like there's a lot of days that are like just shoulder high, especially if you can find the inside sections and you can make the late drops on the inside. You'll get a lot of days that are shoulder high, but the rides are fucking 7 seconds, maybe 5 seconds. And you know, there's a lot of like you pop up, you make a steep drop, you know, where it's a nice scary drop, and it's a it's a kind of a steep wave because it's doubling up. And maybe you get a turn or two where obviously, you know, in Sheboygan you get a quarter-mile ride every time, you know. But you know, like guys here that surf every day over here could go to Wisconsin and just rip those waves, you know, all the way down the line. But a lot of guys that surf in Wisconsin to come over here, granted, it would be it would they could do it, but it wouldn't be enjoyable. Yeah. I mean, Aaron puts out so many videos where it's good, but even again, like they get so many days where the wind is blowing like side offshore, or maybe side shore, just side shore, which here, you know, it takes a big north, or it takes the Souths are a little bit different because generally the Souths have enough, not lately, but generally they have enough east in it. Yeah, Aaron's pretty awesome. But yeah, it's that's why it's so frustrating because they're so close but so far, you know. It takes about the same time to drive to the other side of the state as it does to drive to Wisconsin. Even though it's only like 80 miles across the lake, it takes like 4.5 hours to get there through Chicago and shit. But it's pretty wild how different their waves are. You know, they'll get days that 3 feet 5 second days, but they're legitimate 3 feet at 5 seconds. Whereas here, 3 feet at 5 seconds, most of the time is going to be waist high, maybe. And as long as you find a good spot, we have to surf a lot of open beaches too, because the pier knocks so much down. And the fact that we're, again, in a bay within a bay, a lot of that wave just bounces right over the coast. It just misses us completely. So people are looking at the buoys and they're like, oh, the buoy says it's fucking 8 feet at whatever second, and then you get to this beach here, there, and it's nothing, you know. So that's why I go everywhere. Yeah, dude, I think going to Duluth is almost the same distance as it would take for me to get to the ocean. But see, the thing about it is, I prefer surfing out in the lakes. I specifically just because like it's just weird, you know? And there's so many different ways, but you really to find the good ones, dude, you really have to move. You really got to go. Like I don't know anything about Lake Ontario. I've surfed in Erie a couple times, but like that's just like a fun thing. Like you got to really look hard for really good waves on Lake Erie, but like that wave in Duluth is pretty sick. There's a couple of them up there, but then there's so many spots in Wisconsin too that are like, yeah, no, I got to get over there. And it's really not, I don't know. I have no excuse. I have no excuse. Honestly, if I had shitty waves over here for long enough, I'm liable to do anything, you know. I drove to Cleveland for like 3 foot waves. So not worried about that. But yeah, I'm I had to get up early as shit the last 2 days to work, so I'm pretty tired. So I'm gonna go. But man, oh dude, Yeah, Lake Erie was it's just shallow, and I've surfed in Cleveland 4 times now, and there were twice where I went where it was really good. And when I say really good, it was kind of good. And knowing that you're on Lake Erie, it made it better. But it's just the power is different. I bet even if you came to some of these spots on that I surf compared to where you surf, you would see what I'm talking about. On the big days, again, we'll get some size and shit, but the power that you get on some of those days in Sheboygan, even if it's like waist high or knee high, if it's a true like 5 or 6 second period, you just have so much more push. And most of the videos that I see from there, they aren't breaking way out back. They're breaking like first and second sandbar, and some of them are connecting. So you get that full push of 3 feet around the pier, past the third sandbar, and then inside. That's the thing that we wait for a lot here. We don't get a lot of die-offs, but when you do, you wait for that, like where you still get the full push of the swell, but it's not hitting the third sandbar. So it's breaking on one of the first two. But yeah, you gotta look. Yeah, and it's like, man, if you see 3 or 4 waves lining up out here, you're golden. But almost every swell, there's at least 2 or 3 lining up in Wisconsin. Almost every time. And I know that they get onshore days, but I've seen too many pictures on too many swells where I know it's like that a lot. It's like that a lot. But I'm still shocked, dude, that like you're 2 hours from there and you surf 3 times a week. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy. But I get it. Yeah. Yeah, all of my England friends. And again, in England, they can only drive like 9 miles an hour most places, but yeah. Well, everybody, on that note, we're out of here. Thank you. Remember to do all the things. I got 8 likes. Let's go. I got a video coming out on the 13th and the 18th. they're good. So, yeah, dude. Thanks for coming over. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate everybody. Let's go.